Are you desperate for love? This video is for you. A couple of years before, I was so desperate for love since everybody, including my pals and friends around me, were just having someone, and I was like, even me, I'm supposed to be having someone in this life. And I didn't go with my pace, but just I wanted to have someone at my side, on my side. And all of that, I didn't know it was just a pressure that it was coming from my pals, from the friendship and the relationship that I had before. And due to this, I found myself that I stayed in an environment that I was never meant to stay. I also engaged into a relationship that was toxic, to a person who didn't even wanted to acknowledge my feeling, and as well he didn't even care about the feeling. But I stayed in it, not because I didn't have the capability of moving out, but because the fear of being lonely and the fear of being pointed by the society was like, it's better for me to stay in a toxic relationship rather than facing the freedom that comes with a lot of loneliness. And due to that, I found myself I stayed in toxic relationship, and I diminished myself. I even compromised myself, my feeling. I compromised everything just to stay in a toxic relationship. I stayed with a person who was not even willing to change, telling myself that maybe one day they will change. But I forget that a person cannot change as long as he's willing or she is willing to change. You cannot be able to change the person as long as they're not willing to change. So I've just made this video to give you 3 principles that will help you to keep waiting for the right partner, and also it can act as a guidance to get the right partner as well. So having said that, I just dive in. So the first principle is that acknowledge that age doesn't count when it comes to love. You're just living in a society that it is telling you that at a certain age you're supposed to get married, and at a particular age you're supposed to be having kids. And this is all a lie according to me. This is just an illusion, because for me you can just find the right partner at any age. Age doesn't count much when it comes to love. When you are in 20s, you can just find the right partner, and as well it can also apply in your 30s and 40s. So age doesn't count so much when it comes to matters of relationship. So do not allow age to be a limitations to let you compromise and to find yourself that you've stayed in an environment that you never stayed, in a marriage that is toxic. So the second one is that do not allow the fear of being lonely, that is being accompanied with freedom, to be so louder than the fear of getting out of a toxic environment or a toxic relationship. It's better for you. I usually say it's better for you to stay alone but with peace, instead of you compromising yourself, dying inside, but everybody is looking at you. You are just fine outside, but inside you're just collapsing, you're just dying. It's better for you to be lonely and wait for the right partner rather than stay in a toxic relationship that is hindering your growth, and also it is also killing you from inside. So the third and the final is that don't allow the pressure of your pals and the friends that you have to pressurize you to compromise yourself, to engage in a relationship that was never meant for you. I usually see many people out here, just because their friends have engaged in marriage and they're having kids, they themselves compromise and find themselves that they have gone and they have entered in marriage with the wrong partner just because they have compromised themselves. And due to that, you find that marriages collapse after several years, not because you didn't have the capacity to grow the marriage, but because you stayed, and you find yourself that you stayed in a toxic relationship, or the marriage didn't work very well because you're not right for each other. Don't allow others' timeline to decide yours. You are at your own pace. You don't have to go by their pace. Just wait for the right partner. You are at your own time. Yeah. Having said that, can you just tell me in the comment section, do you agree with this message? Drop 100% there.